If you love me, please don't judge me. Got my hands tied, the power's above me. Don't shoot the messenger, I'm just a puppet here. If you wanna place blame, then look to the puppeteer. Family, fortune, envy, jealousy, privilege, passed on, legacy, secret, sabotage, borderline, felony, suicide, subtract, selfish, pedigree, yeah.
How's it going, everybody? It's C-RadTV back here in another video. So, of course, it's time to continue on the What If NASCAR Had F1 Points format series. So, the last time in this series, we took a look at we wrapped up the ARCA West side of the What If series that weren't in the I took a look at the ARCA West in the 2010s that were in that next to nothing would change under the F1 Points format. And in this part, we're going to begin the next phase of this What If series by taking a look at the ARCA East series. So, of course, we all know the ARCA East series that came back in 1987. Effectively, it was pretty much the rebirth of the NASCAR North Tour. It started off as the Busch North series, then it became the Busch East series, then the Camping World East series, into the K&N East series, and then ARCA East. So we're going to take a look at the ARCA East in its beginning years of 1987 and 1989 and learn and see that what would have changed under the F1 Points format and what would have stayed the same under this one. So yeah. Anyway though, of course on the screen is the points format we're going to be using for this part here. So yeah, only a couple seasons to go over here just to get this series started off, to get the feet wet. And before we continue on, two things I want to mention. Of course, make sure you follow the NASCAR with F1 Points Central Twitter and Instagram pages for exclusive NASCAR with F1 Points stuff. And yeah, anyway, before we continue on, let me once again stress out that this is just a hypothetical scenario. I know everybody would have raced differently had they used the F1 Points format. This is just for fun. So now, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and let's jump right into it. So for 1987, the inaugural season of the ARCA East series, it was a weird season where there was not a clear-cut dominant driver all season. It was a toss-up between a number of different drivers. In the end, though, there were seven that separated themselves from the rest of the field. Those seven being Joey Carafas, Chuck Bowen, Bobby Dragon, Kelly Moore, Billy Clark, Dale Shaw, and Jimmy Spencer. Those seven were the class of the field in terms of speed and consistency all year. In the end, though, sadly, though, not everyone can compete for the championship. And as Dale Shaw, Kelly Moore, Bobby Dragon, and Jimmy Spencer would all fail to be consistent in key parts of the season when it mattered the most. So in the end, the championship battle would go all the way down to the season finale at Rockingham, with Joey Carafas entering with a 2-point lead over Chuck Bowen and a 7-point lead over Billy Clark. So Billy Clark was effectively in a must-win scenario. Chuck Bowen just needed to finish ahead of Joey Carafas, and Joey just needed to stay close to one of those two or hope Chuck didn't win the race and Joey would be the champion. In the end, though, the season finale at Rockingham would end up being a joint race with the Busch Series/Xfinity Series. And the race was dominated with Xfinity regulars. And yeah, Xfinity regulars took the top 6 spots for the point scoring position. So none of those 3 scored the points. And hell, none of those 3 even competed in that race. So the championship was effectively decided the race prior. So with all that said, it meant that Joey Carafas would win the championship by default. And Joey Carafas under this format would still be your inaugural ARCA East champion. So 1988, it was another season where there was not a clear-cut dominant driver throughout the season. It was a toss-up between a number of different drivers. In the end, those 6 drivers separated themselves from the rest of the field, and those 6 being Jamie Aub, Dick McCabe, Dale Shaw, Kelly Moore, Bobby Dragon, and Mike Rowe. Those 6 were the class of the field and separated themselves from the rest in terms of speed and consistency. It was mainly between those 6. Sadly, though, not everybody can compete for the championship as Bobby Dragon, Mike Rowe, and Kelly Moore would all fail to be consistent in key moments of the season when it mattered the most. So in the end, it went all the way down to the season finale in Epping, with Dale Shaw entering tied with Dick McCabe for the points lead, and then Jamie Obb sitting 7 points back. So for Dale Shaw and Dick McCabe, it was simply whoever won the race would win the championship. For Jamie Obb, he would need to win the race and would need to finish, and would need either Dale Shaw or Dick McCabe, or both of them, to finish deep outside the points or just around 6th or worse. While for Dale and Dick, whoever finished the highest would win the title. In the season finale in Epping, all three of them ran up front for a majority of the race, but in the end, Jamie Obb would finish 4th in the race, which was not good enough to win the title, so that would eliminate Jamie Obb from the championship. So in the end, it was between who would finish higher, between Dale or Dick. Whoever finished the highest would win the title. In the end, Dick McCabe would finish 3rd in the season finale, while Dale Shaw would finish 2nd in the season finale. And that 2nd place finish would be enough for Dale Shaw to win the title over Dick McCabe by only 2 points. So Dale Shaw would win the 1988 ARCA East Championship. So 1989, for the 3rd consecutive season to open this up, we would once again not have a clear-cut dominant driver all year. Like, there are multiple drivers you can make a case for the title in this season. In the end, though, 6 drivers would separate themselves from the rest of the field, and those 6 would be Jamie Obb, Kelly Moore, Billy Clark, Joey Carafas, Dick McCabe, Bobby Dragon. Those 6 were the class of the field all season in terms of speed and consistency. In the end, though, Kelly Moore, Joey Carafas, and Billy Clark would all fail to be consistent at key moments of the season when it mattered the most. So in the end, the championship battle came down to the season finale at Epping Race Speedway, with Bobby Dragon entering with a 6-point lead over Jamie Obb and a 7-point lead over Dick McCabe. So for Jamie Obb and Dick McCabe, they both would need to win the race and would need Bobby Dragon to finish outside the points. So those two knew that they were must-win scenarios, and they need Dragon to finish at least 6th or worse to have a shot at the title. In the season finale at Epping, Dick McCabe would have a number of issues during the race, and he would finish 17th, 20 laps down. So that would officially eliminate him from the championship battle. Bobby Dragon, he pretty much ran outside the top 5. He ran in the top 10, so ran quietly. Would end up finishing 7th, just outside the points. So now, with that set up, it was set up to where if Jamie Obb could win the race, he would officially win the title. In the end, Jamie Obb would fall well short of goal by finishing 4th in the season finale. And that 4th place finish would not be enough, as Bobby Dragon would edge out Jamie Obb for the 1989 championship by only 3 points. So Bobby Dragon would be the 1989 ARCA East champion under this format. So yeah, anyway, that's going to wrap it up here for this part of the What If series for the 1980s of the ARCA East series. So yeah, only 3 seasons in the 80s. So yeah, it was a pretty quick video here. So, but, there was a couple things that would have changed for sure in the 1980s under the F1 points format in the ARCA East series. A couple things stayed the same. Like, in terms of title battles that went down to the season finale, technically all 3 seasons in the 80s went down to the season finale. If you want to count 1987, where it technically did, but at the same time, that doesn't really count. But the other 2 seemed pretty legit and had some good battles. And also, under this points format, we would have 2 title changes here, including, which would be 1988 and 1989. 1987 remained the same, but the other 2 would have a different champion. So yeah, of course, the other parts we're going to have later on in the series for, like, the 90s, the 2000s, and the 2010s for the ARCA East series. It's going to, they're going to be a lot longer for sure, but, just get the series started off here. So, yeah. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this part. The 1990s part, it will come out depending on how fast I do my research. and all that stuff. So yeah, like I've said before, I'm in no rush to get this done. So yeah, anyway, that's all I gotta say. Make sure you check out the NASCAR with F1 Point Central Twitter and Instagram pages if you want to see some exclusive NASCAR with F1 Point stuff. If you're interested, make sure you check those out. But yeah, anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope everyone's a great day, and I'll see you all in whatever I make next. Peace. As next time, we'll be taking a look at the ARCA East series in the 1990s. See you all later.